Before started speaking, one must raise the hand. That will be human way. खड़े होके चिल्लाना, that will be animal way. But I would like everyone to participate. I have not prepared anything. I have come prepared for everything, so that I may be able to give you maximum out in this 40 minutes. Okay. So our first document, इसको scroll करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, scroll. हाँ, ठीक है, good enough. So this we all have. Our first topic is osteoarthritis. Basically, we are here to discuss around 4 musculoskeletal disorders: osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, adhesive capsulitis or frozen shoulder, fibromyalgia, and spondylosis, cervical and lumbar spondylosis. These things we will discuss. I am almost now 25 years into my orthopedics. As an orthopedician, almost 25 years. So earlier, starting of my career, I used to write this much amount of medicine. Now I don't write, my prescription is just this small. I use 1 or 2 medications only for 4 or 5 days in all these disorders, except in rheumatoid arthritis, where you have to give immunomodulators for long and continuous period. The second one is for 20 days. The other drug for these disorders is pregabalin. Pregabalin is a you can say not spasmodic. See, it works on your neurological level. It's just like neurological painkiller. It stabilizes your neurological excitatory pathways. जैसे diclofenac, the way we take diclofenac for neurogenic pain and neurogenic complaints, we give this pregabalin. So my practice for this pregabalin is only 20 days. उसके बाद either it has to be some diabetic neuropathy, in which just symptomatic relief, patient goes on taking these drugs. Otherwise, after few days of these drugs, when the patient is mobilized, the best way for rehab and control of this disorder is by your physical modalities, exercises and the other thing. नहीं आ रही? मैं तो बहुत जोर से बोल रहा हूँ भाई. Now audible? So okay. So this is primary what I do, and these painkillers, how do they help, we'll discuss in details. So every one of you know what is osteoarthritis? Anyone wants to know more about osteoarthritis? Basically, this is a disorder which is, in other words, you can say aging. सबको आना है ये थोड़ा बहुत तो, almost everyone. Earlier, the proportion of population used to have this osteoarthritis was less. Nowadays, middle aged, it is very high incidence. तो अगर इसको पैथोलॉजी में हम बात करें, इफ़ वी टॉक इन पैथोलॉजी, देन दिस इज degenerative. If we talk it in physiology, then this is aging, fast aging. हाँ, बुढ़ापा. जो 60 साल में आना है वो 40 में आ गया. That is what this osteoarthritis is. Newer studies, they have indicated some role of inflammation. Some inflammation going on there, very light, low quantity inflammation, undifferentiated. So what is our treatment goals in this particular is how to identify osteoarthritis. Everyone knows how to identify osteoarthritis. Usually one or two joint involvement, multiple joint involvement they are not there. Weight bearing joints they are involved more than lower limbs are weight bearing joints, upper limb not that much involved. Not associated with any systemic signs and symptoms, any other diseases. All degenerative conditions have some amount of morning stiffness, whether it is osteoarthritis, spondylosis, rheumatoid. So classical presentation is morning stiffness. How do you define rheumatoid stiffness? More than an hour, persistent. If that stiffness is for 5-10 minutes, there may be other causes, but in rheumatoid it is classically more than an hour. So osteoarthritis, lumbar spondylosis, cervical spondylosis, they all may have morning stiffness, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not prolonged, and after exercises that goes off, these spondylitis. And this disease is very slow to progress, osteoarthritis. Definition, introduction, causes of osteoarthritis may be many, but basically primary osteoarthritis is degenerative, what we discussed. Secondary osteoarthritis is because of some other disorder. Suppose there is an accident and the leg is fractured along with some joint damage. So, accelerated degeneration is there in that particular joint. So, that is secondary osteoarthritis. Other diseases might precipitate or cause these disorders, they are considered into secondary osteoarthritis. These are diagnostic guidelines. I very frequently do not use them, but those who are to start with, these may come handy. They may help you in excluding other disorders. So, you can go through your book. So, it is very slow to progress, usually in the lower limb. What you see here? You may get slight swelling, tenderness around the joint. Not much warmth is there in osteoarthritis, slight warmth may be there. Can you see this bowing? Some deformity already has started. These joints they are swollen. So, this flexion deformity. So, this is how we diagnose. And the disease which should never be ignored is any joint involvement. Septic arthritis should never be ignored. That should always come first in your mind whenever you are dealing with acute onset painful condition of any joint. Okay. So, that needs to be excluded first. Why? Because septic arthritis, because of toxins and these proteolytic enzymes released by bacteria, the joint is destroyed within 6 hours. So, the joint finishes. So, what is the treatment? You diagnose it early, you drain it, you clear the joint of infection. You have to do arthrotomy, open the joint, wash it out, give proper antibiotics that covers those infections. Any joint involvement in the body, this septic needs to be excluded first. Any joint involvement, this septic will always be there in red flag signs. Everyone understands red flag signs? Okay. So, whatever you can just raise the hand and we can make it more interactive. Yes.
Since we are mostly spastic arthritis. So what is the easiest and the cheapest investigation to diagnose so that we don't lose much time? I think it's CBC.
There are many, but see, your clinical findings and history taking, that is the mainstay. And we say to our student, if you miss one septic arthritis, I am going to fail you or kill you. If you do open joints that was not septic arthritis, you may open many, but I will pardon you. So, your threshold for septic arthritis should be such. You can open with the joint which was not involved, which was not septic, but you doubted it to be septic, that needs to be opened. So, this is the dictum. After 25 years, I have opened one joint that did not came out to be septic. It came out juvenile rheumatoid arthritis later on investigations. But once when it is presenting clinically, acute onset fever, toxemia, severe pain, pseudoparalysis, because pain is such that patient does not move leg, that is called pseudoparalysis, not actual paralysis there. TLC counts may be high, CRP will be very high. On examination, slightest of movement in the joint in septic arthritis is severely painful.
So compartment syndrome, same types of appearance, compartment syndrome?
Compartment syndrome almost same. All signs of inflammation, tense, raised woe is there. Wherever there is so much of inflammation, these signs will be there. So, we in higher center, what we do in higher center? You are worried about your WO center. In my higher center, I have radiologist, I have ultrasonologist, I have MRI, I have everything. But the most diagnostic and confirming thing to me is joint aspiration. Joint aspiration requires just aseptic precautions, one needle, thick bore needle, and you have to enter the joint, aspirate the fluid, see. If it is transparent, nothing to worry. It is turbid, grossly turbid, septic. Even if my radiologist say anything, I will go and open that joint. So, the most simplest is just aspiration. And recent studies they have evaluated that simple joint lavage, washing of the joint is equally good in timely detected septic arthritis. So, this septic arthritis will be DD of all these disorders today what we are discussing, any joint involvement, and that is the most important thing that should never be missed. What are supportive investigations? In osteoarthritis, what other findings you will find in the joint? The range of motion may not be complete. There might be some fixed flexion deformity. Further flexion may be possible up to 70 or 90 degree. And this movement, that glide is not smooth in osteoarthritis. Crackles feel honge agar aap. If you put your palm over the knee joint and ask the patient to mobilize, then you will feel crackling, clunking sounds. Different grade of arthritis may have different characteristics of these sounds. Okay. The history is usually long, it very slowly progresses. Supportive investigation is how much time? Usually X-rays take much longer time. Earliest finding in X-ray is you take an weight bearing X-ray AP view standing while bearing weight. So, when the cartilage is eroded, you will find diminution of joint space on that particular area. If you take supine X-rays, then you may miss those findings. Otherwise, some bony changes might be there. What bony changes? Oh, sorry. This is not visible, na? See, this is the early joint. इसमें joint space is reduced. There is some spiking of this tibial and plates. There is some spiking of this femoral outward. We call it osteophytes. This tibia here is rounded. This tibia here, it has developed a beak. So this is classical osteophytes, classical of osteoarthritis. Beaks on the femoral side, beaks on the tibial side, spine, joint space reduced.
Sir, the joint space is there. Joint space should not more than 0.5 centimeter.
No.
Joint space. Reduction of the joint space should be.
Cartilage thickness depends on your physical activity level. An athlete may have 8 millimeter of cartilage thickness, and normal office going person may have 3 to 4 millimeter of cartilage thickness. So 3 millimeter on this side, 3 millimeter on that side, maybe 6 millimeters, but in an athlete it may be 8 millimeter on one side. So that depends, but you will see. I recently conducted a camp in my, let me know when I am halfway, as far as time is concerned, I am halfway through, otherwise we will be missing some important points in other lectures. I did a camp, so in my own village, then I realized that those ladies who are above 60 years of age, they have all very good knees. Less than 60, they were having very bad knees. 55, 50, then I analyze why that is so. Because these ladies, elder one, they used to sit on the ground, they used to work most of the time on the ground, or otherwise they used to have small sitting stools. Everywhere in rural area from north to south, small padded. So your quadriceps, that remains excellently strong throughout. And the younger ones, they have to go to the fields to work in their farm, they go on bike. So they are not walking also. So the lifestyle is the main reason. Japanese, Chinese, they still sit on the ground. They have better knees than the Europeans. So that is one of the woe. Many a times we say that oh, your knee, they are damaged, you have osteoarthritis, you should stop climbing stairs, sitting down, start using western toilets. I will use an analogy. You wash your clothes and hang it on a string to let it dry. Suppose if that string has a capacity of 10 clothes, throughout the life of that string, if you keep on only 10 clothes, it will go on, it will not break. Whenever you put one extra, it will break. Similar is the thing with osteoarthritis. In early osteoarthritis, I do not limit, I start building up on muscles. How muscles helps? When my muscles, they are working okay, then what happens is my knee is balanced. My muscles, they hold this tibia in respect to this femur very properly. So the pressure weight distribution is equalized all over. But when my muscles, they go weak, then it starts bending. So I will be having more pressure here, less here. So that degeneration will be very rapidly progressing. So muscle build up is the prime thing. We advise static quadriceps exercise, that is wonderful exercise. That exercise can be advised to each and everyone, irrespective of the painful status, irrespective of the stage of the disease. Everyone knows static quadriceps exercise. You have to tighten your quadriceps, hold it there for 10 seconds, then relax, then other limb, one limb at a time, because mind also works there. तो दोनों को एक साथ करेंगे तो it doesn't work that good. Anything more you want to know in osteoarthritis?
Sir, I have a question. So based on this grading of osteoarthritis, when should we advise patient for a knee replacement?
Very good. Indications of knee replacement. Anyone else wants to have any questions? I will take all questions together, so that will save some time. Yes. Yes, please.
How to identify the bony sclerosis through the X-ray?
Okay. How do we identify bony sclerosis in the X-rays?
Since much stress is on the red flags in all the cases, so what according to you should be the red flags for general practitioners when to refer those cases to surgeon or higher centers
See,
for osteoarthritis
uh,
and for other illnesses also?
any joint involvement, red flags will always remain the same. Sclerosis. What do you mean by sclerosis? No. It is more whitening of that particular area. That is sclerosis.
Can you show me some
Density increase is sclerosis. Yes, this is the second indications of knee joint replacement. Second is, can we manage, how long? Any other questions you ask me about?
Red flags.
Red flags, okay. Red flags is most important, particularly for new entrants into any field, because आजकल red flag is not for the patient, red flag is for the doctors. अपने आप को बचाओ पहले. हाँ, so they are very important. What are red flags? Red flags are indicative of some dangerous condition. What dangerous condition could be there? Signs, but what danger could be there? Fracture होने वाला हो, one, yes, red flag. Sepsis we discussed, threadbare. Fever, sudden severe restriction, but how that will damage the patient? Unless until the patient is bound to bed, the lungs are already compromised, further they may go. The patient was able to bend it fully, he was able to sit down, he was able to do his activities of daily living, mild pain. After replacement, that patient may be most unsatisfied. उसका नी पहले उसको ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट लगता था, नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ नाउ. हाफवे, वी आर हाफवे थ्रू, आधा टाइम हो गया. So
nowadays when this Ayushman Bharat is coming up, people are taking this joint replacement very casually.
even without Ayushman Bharat, the joint replacement is taken very casually. Recent past survey has indicated that most of the joint replacement they were not required actually on strict wo.
I want to know the knee injury in runners, which is common in runners.
See, one question is athletes, whatever sports person, the excessive sports leads to damage in the joints. This is, yes, one of the arthritis, osteoarthritis, secondary osteoarthritis, one of the etiology is this, that is given in books and everywhere. But if you exercise properly with proper steps, then it doesn't, it should not, it doesn't occur. Like when you overburden your body, some stress suddenly, an athlete who used to run 6 kilometers a day, suddenly he ran 42 kilometers, then he is going to get some damage. The recovery might take some time. So ideal increase in your exercise is 10% per week roughly. If I walk 10 kilometers, then after 1 week I may walk 11 kilometers. So when I gradually increase it, I enhance my body's abilities. Human potential is excellent, great. So need not worry, unless until your shoes are not proper, you are damaging every time you jump, the technique is wrong, the shoes are not proper, track is not good, uneven. So that may lead to osteoarthritis. Otherwise, with proper warm up, stretching, gradual increase of your training period, it should not. And it is very difficult to know or say whether this is because of that or not. That is also there. Yes. There are a lot of complications reported after knee replacement, starting from infection to amputation. So every complication is reported. आपने ऑपरेट करते करते लिगामेंट कट गया तो दैट बिकम्स अनस्टेबल. आर्टरी चली गई तो you have to go for amputation unless until you repair it there and only. Infection, once joint infected, the life becomes hell. दो surgery, 4 surgery. If the primary joint replacement success rate is 80 to 90%, then revision knee replacement success rate is less than 50%.
So do you think about both of the knees are affected? So simultaneously you do the surgery for both of the knees, or you take time for one to the another one?
That depends on patient's physiological status, whether he is able to tolerate that much amount of stress or not. Basically heart and lungs, these are the organs which should be sturdy enough to handle both the joints, otherwise one at a time. Second hit. What is second hit? Patient got an accident, so that this is the first hit. Fractured the limb, went to hospital, he was operated on. So that operation itself is an injury. Sometimes these patients, they are not able to handle the second hit, they die. So we have a concept in orthopedics, damage control orthopedics. After the first hit, we stabilize the patient till he is ready to handle that surgery. For that, we have to arrange for temporary splintage, external fixators, and wait for 1 or 2 weeks till the patient is stabilized. Otherwise, with your surgery, the patient is going to sink. Same is what you have asked, by both the knees together or not. Sudden severe pain. Why sudden severe pain will happen in osteoarthritis? Very common to have exacerbations and remissions in osteoarthritis. With some activity, the patient may have these, but if your patient is having sudden severe pain, then yes, you should investigate it further. It can be something else. क्या क्या हो सकता है? ट्यूमर हो सकता है, इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है, पैथोलॉजिकल फ्रैक्चर हो सकता है, नर्व डेसिसिट हो सकती है, हाँ, एवास्कुलर नेक्रोसिस हो सकता है, बकलिंग ऑफ द नी. बकलिंग इज लॉस ऑफ कंट्रोल ऑफ द नी. कुछ वीकनेस वगैरह आ रही है, स्वेलिंग एंड वार्मथ इन व्यू ऑफ सेप्टिक या रूमेटॉइड अर्थराइटिस में वार्मथ ज़्यादा मिलता है. नी लॉकिंग. Knee locking is an absolute indication for operation. What is knee locking? Patient का पैर मुड़ा मुड़ा ही रह गया. The knee remains like this locked. It doesn't get straightened again. So this is history of knee locking. Persistent pain, rest pain, persistent pain. It can be tumor, infection, or some other osteolytic condition. Knee locking can happen in any position. Extension, flexion, complete flexion, partial flexion, it can happen in any position.
Sir, do hyperuricemia have got some?
Hyperuricemia, gout, yes, you will have joint destruction and damage. उसकी classical presentation होती है कि वो peripheral joints में होता है. Without history of trauma and all, sudden onset, all signs of inflammation, septic वाला सारा features होगा. Red toe, ठीक है ना. So other crystal pathies भी हो सकती हैं. Are these homeopaths also supposed to know about Ayurveda? No? What is yoga? As an orthopedist, what I understand yoga is comfortable. First, yoga is always comfortable. Yoga is never painful. ठीक है? Yoga is to your abilities, to your limit. Whatever flexion I can do is yoga for me. If I overdo, I hurt myself, that is not yoga. So, I do my maximum comfortable limit, I hold it there for few seconds, then I come back, and then the next pose is reverse of. So, this is what I understand as a orthopedic person. So, gradually automatically you do repetitions and it goes on increasing without damage. This is what you ask for athletes and everyone. If you go on slowly, your body has a great capacity to cope up. So, different exercise regime you will find lot of YouTube videos we can skip, but one exercise needs mention, that is static quadriceps exercise. Okay. So, you ask the patient to palpate quadriceps and then say that when it is contracted you can feel it. Okay. So, that is the best exercises. Any stage of disease, any level of pain, this can be done. That relieves you of
Even
your
for
pain.
the calf muscles also, they will help.
Calf muscles,
I have read somewhere, both you can say quadriceps and the calf together they can help to maintain the joint shape.
in osteoarthritis, early osteoarthritis, you will find some capsular tenderness plus tenderness in your gastrocnemius muscles. So, that gastrocnemius pain is particularly helped by these calf muscles in osteoarthritis. Referral criteria. How much time this osteoarthritis take to respond? One and a half months, 6 weeks, at least 6 weeks. अगर उसमें डिटोरिएट नहीं हो रहा है, स्लो प्रोग्रेस आ रहा है, तो इट टेक्स 6 weeks फॉर योर एक्सरसाइज टू रेस्पॉन्ड. इफ योर डिजीज deteriorates, any red flag signs, your quality of life is disturbed, and if you have any other systemic illness, in that case you should refer. Synovial fluid examination, X-ray, hemogram, सिस्मिक डिसऑर्डर्स रूल आउट करने के लिए, सेप्टिक रूल आउट करने के लिए, दीज इन्वेस्टिगेशंस वी डू. So, anything you want to know in osteoarthritis? As an homeopath, we treat rheumatoid arthritis. What is the mainstay of सफ़ेद सफ़ेद छोटी छोटी दवाइयों के अलावा? हाँ, नहीं, ड्रग डिलीवरी आई अंडरस्टैंड. अदर देन ड्रग डिलीवरी, व्हाट यू डू इन रूमेटॉइड? Exercise. What exercise?
Suppose in this osteoarthritis, we allow the patient to do this quadriceps exercise, allow
Walking,
Sir, actually rheumatoid arthritis basically is the smaller joints are usually involved. One is not
One at a time. One at a time.
Suppose we used to give the towel or ball to regularly to push it at least half an hour or 1 hour. Dip the hands in the warm water at least for few more times. And
What is rheumatoid arthritis? This is an autoimmune condition where autoantibodies, they start destroying your joint. Okay. So, we give immunosuppressants, disease modifying drugs to control that autoimmunity. And as far as exercises are concerned, complete range of motion of a joint, tendon, muscles and joint, they should be rotated completely whatever possible in a joint. For a normal person, WHO criteria to prevent joint contracture is 1 movement in a day. How many of you can squat with your heels together? Have you ever tried? Just go and try. 10 मिनट बचे हैं काफ़ी. We are very slow, so we will jump. My students, MBBS students, now they are no more able to squat. Earlier 10 years back they were all able to sit down. So slowly this contracture is there. So one range of motion. How many of you throughout the day lift your hand like this? Very rarely. So one motion is required to prevent joint contracture for a normal person. For all these, they require multiple repetitions of these range of motions. Rheumatoid arthritis have other joint involvement also, heart, lungs, okay, acute sudden inflammatory responses where the life of patient is in risk. So that is red flag signs. So should we skip rheumatoid? Cervical spondylosis, rheumatoid arthritis, sudden seismic toxemia के sudden features, Hobart nodules, any heart evidence, any lung, erythema nodosum. So sudden inflammation and systemic signs and symptoms. Cervical spondylosis. This is also like very loosely used term, cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis. Basically, for every degenerative condition of this spine, we use this term, spondylitis, spondylosis, all these. So what are these? They become painful and they restrict your movements. So basically, these are two diagnostic criteria. Because of pain, the surrounding muscles, they go into spasm. Because of that spasm, the normal lordosis, cervical spine is curved slightly, that normal lordosis may not be there. So what I do to know this, I just palpate muscles surrounding neck and see whether there is any spasm or tenderness in the muscle. Then I ask the patient to move and see how much gentle movements, how much movements they are there. With these movements, is there any pain that starts radiating? That is red flag sign. If this particular movement leads to increased radicular pain or weakness in this limb, then that indicates that there is some nerve compression there occurring there because of this movement. Nerves, they exit from foraminas. So because of osteophytes, decreased space, excessive soft tissues, the space is limited and further movement may limit it further. So that leads to compression neuropathy. So
If we ask patient to stand with eye closed, there is also
that is Romberg sign.
yeah.
Romberg sign is basically for cerebellum disorders, balance.
Positive in CS patients.
Vertigo, severe cervical spondylosis may present like vertigo also. Vertebral artery, internal ear, brain tumors. Vertigo is also a red flag sign. If you are treating cervical spondylosis and vertigo occurs, then that is also a red flag sign.
So clinically, spondylitis and spondylosis.
They are loosely used terms. You need not worry, you need not delve into matha mat maro.
Spondylosis is more spondylosis is more.
Litis is inflammatory, spondylosis is degenerative, well, but that's all, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं कुछ.
One term you have listhesis भी in
Listhesis is slipping of one vertebra over other. That is listhesis.
Coming out. Protruding.
Anything you want to know in cervical spondylosis? If there is any weakness, nerve deficit, red flag signs, any fever, vertigo, any increasing swelling? Yes.
Sir, I want to just ask that relating vertigo with cervical spondylosis, isn't it a common malpractice? Because vertebrovascular symptoms present with more severe symptoms like unconsciousness or vomiting or something like that. Because when your vertebrovascular artery is blocked, then you are going to have some neurological
Vertigo
symptoms.
has many causes. One of them and rarer ones is cervical spondylosis. It is not that common, and whenever this is there, then you will always find muscles into spasm. That will be an indication. अगर cervical spondylosis की वजह से है तो you will find muscles into severe spasm. Otherwise, there are some 15-20 conditions that can lead you to vertigo.
If that is cervical spondylosis, can it contribute to hypertension or vice versa?
Cervical spondylosis, hypertension. Hypertension can be induced by any distasteful any condition, any distasteful condition. Suppose if I hold your hand very tightly for few minutes, your blood pressure will rise.
Because of
If
obstruction.
हाँ, छोटे छोटे बच्चों में CTV में कास्ट लगाते हैं, वो तो बेचारा बोलता नहीं है, थोड़ी देर पैं 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 करता है, बस उसके बाद. But if that tight or stretched out, they also have hypertension. So any distasteful, undesirable condition may lead you to increase autonomic response.
यहाँ पे जो प्रेशर होता है, मेंटल कंप्रेशन, उससे hypertension हो जाता है.
जब cervical spondylosis बहुत slowly progresses more, it will compress on your spinal cord. That will lead to myelopathy. You will have upper motor neuron type of वो central cord syndrome होता है, and in that if slight jerk is there, you might have deficit. In severe cervical spondylosis, पंजाब में बहुत common है ये, आपको अम्बाला में खूब मिलेंगे. Nausea and vomiting is also जो undesirable, distasteful कोई भी condition होती है ना, तो nausea, vomiting may be there. But
Turban wearing because of that.
राजस्थान में कुछ जगह फ्लोरोसिस है, पंजाब में जो ये बोन के डिस्क सिंड्रोम्स हैं ये हैं, तो इसमें स्पॉन्डिलोसिस इज़ वेरी सीवियर एंड कॉमन, और वहाँ पे लोग मेहनती भी बहुत हैं, तो सडन कुछ ना कुछ लग जाता है उनके.
Turban also, na, the heavy weight on the head.
हाँ, when you want to restrict the movement of your cervical spine, that is your collar. Collar comes into soft, hard, Philadelphia, different degree of restriction of cervical motion. So if you fear कि disc slip हो गई है and it may precipitate into complete deficit, तो आप यूँ रखोगे. And initially we start exercises, static neck exercise.
Another treatment.
Sir, can we stop the DMRD suddenly in the case of RA?
Never, should never be stopped suddenly. ये slow, not patient's choice. It is always physician's choice. DMRD is always slowed down, and it is only slowed down when you have no exacerbations in last 2 years. Well controlled disease past 2 years, then you slowly reduce little and then again see for 2 years. So it is very slow. Lot of hypovitaminosis D. Why? Because ultraviolet rays, specific wavelength that doesn't reaches earth surface. Lot of dust. सारे पेड़ कट गए, पानी है नहीं, हैं? 70 to 80% of my OPD patients, they require it. What else you want to know?
Low exposure to sun rays, sir.
Sun rays exposure is there, but that particular wavelength of light that penetrates your skin and helps in production of this vitamin D, that doesn't reaches your body surface, because lot of dust is there that gets absorbed, ऊपर ही absorb हो रही है.
तो अच्छा है कि हम हर केस में भी
हाँ, एक सेफ लिमिट है. 1 sachet 60,000 का पर मंथ कैन इजीली बी गिवन विदाउट मेजरिंग. बहुत सेफ होता है. एक महीने एवरी मंथ यू कैन गिव. हाँ, पूरे साल में 12 दे सकते हैं. 12 in a year you can
few
give.
people suggest for 6 weeks and weekly 6 doses.
हाँ,
I mean, for 6 weeks continuously, once in a week. Is that safe?
वो भी दे सकते हैं, बट देन यू हैव टू परफेक्टली श्योर कि इसमें ज़्यादा नहीं है. अदरवाइज नॉर्मल आदमी में भी 1 in a month आप दोगे तो देर इज़ नो हार्म, यू कैन गिव इट. इतना नहीं होता.
60,000.
Sari sunblock and
Sunscreen
screens are
lotions.
like safe, like the UV rays that we need.
सनबर्न से बचने के लिए हम सनस्क्रीन लगाते हैं. हम टैनिंग रोकने के लिए सनस्क्रीन लगाते हैं.
I mean about the exposed area also some people they apply in the whole body.
हाँ,
Are they safe? I mean like the UV rays that we need for the bones, like are they being able to penetrate them? I mean like
no, they will not be able to penetrate then.
yes.
You should use SPF 20 or less.
If you are going into Himalayas, snow-clad mountains, then you have to wear that ultraviolet protective goggles also. You have to apply there, otherwise you will get burns. Otherwise, here in Delhi, I never apply. When I go to Himalayas, I apply altitude. So we are running out of the time. Exercises, cervical spondylosis. There are 2 types of exercises. One is you exercise your muscles without any movement, that is called static neck exercises. The other one, once you get some confidence, you go for
Neck rotation.
isometric exercises. Lumbar spondylosis is almost same like cervical spondylosis, so let's skip that lumbar spondylosis. Last one is your 2 diseases, fibromyalgia and adhesive capsulitis. Okay. For what is fibromyalgia?
Psychosomatic disorder.
Pain, and doctor is not able to identify the pain. Maybe psychosomatic. When see, in my practice I see the patient is always right. I never consider my patient to be. Some may have some vested interest, so they may be feigning their illness, but otherwise my patient is always right. दर्द तो उसको हो रहा है ना. So you should always, I take this dictum. What is idiopathic? Huh?
Without any cause, specific cause.
Unknown cause, sir.
हाँ, so one easy वो is where doctor is idiotic and patient is pathetic. So that condition is known as idiopathic. Doctor doesn't know what is this and the patient is horrible. So that is idiopathic. Earlier 50 to 60% of the diseases used to be idiopathic when I started my MS practice. Now they are 30 to 40%. We are able to take out few more diagnoses out of that. So fibromyalgia is a multi-system disorder. There are diagnostic criteria, you can always apply it. These red flag signs, there we all discussed in details. They are applicable to this disorder also. Basically, few say this is because of your the same pain may produce different reactions in different individuals. So these particular fibromyalgic patients, they are hypersensitive to these pain, and the reason for that, few says that peripheral nervous system, few says this is central nervous system, few neurochemicals they are not secreted there because of that, few say that this is because of constant reminder yourself, functional self enhancing. If you think something about some things, then you may start seeing it also. अगर ज़्यादा सोचोगे ना दिखाई देने लग जाएगा. ठीक है. So this may be this fibromyalgia, very resistant, multiple etiologies, अभी तक चल ही रहा है इसका रिसर्च. So this is basically diagnosed on these tender points. 11 tender points होना चाहिए out of these 18 tender points. 4 kg weight you apply. How I assess? I first press the forehead of the patient. If you press it here, this is very less painful. Only pressure sensation is there. So I explain to them कि मैं हड्डी तक जाने के लिए इतना दबाऊंगा, पर see, this is not painful, and when it pains you let me know. The number देने 1 में से 10. If it is severely painful, tell 10. Otherwise say 2, 3, 5. So that way I diagnose fibromyalgia. And depending on the precipitating causes, various treatment methodologies they are there. उसमें सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम में इफ़ेक्ट होने वाली ड्रग्स भी हैं, एक्सरसाइजेज भी हैं, साइको सोशल मॉड्यूलेशंस भी हैं, एवरीथिंग इज़ देयर. कुछ में एक्सरसाइज से बढ़ जाता है, कुछ में कम हो जाता है. वेट रिडक्शन, इन सभी बीमारियों में वेट रिडक्शन सब में काम करता है. इट हेल्प्स इन ऑलमोस्ट ऑल डिजीजेस. Weight reduction is one of the important factors. Last one is adhesive capsulitis. X-ray में बाकी में कहीं कोई abnormality नहीं आती. It is just a shrinkage of the shoulder joint capsule. Usually 2-3 तरह का होता है. Most commonly diabetics में होता है. In diabetes mellitus, this is precipitated. Otherwise also with some injury, unseen minor injury, minor stress may precipitate this condition. इसकी
is on the opposite side also.
हाँ, वो इसमें भी adhesive capsulite में भी few people say that आपका जो mood है, जो happiness quotient है, that is also responsible for precipitating this particular condition. कौन सा movement सबसे ज़्यादा restrict होता है? This external rotation and this abduction. So this particular motion is restricted earliest. ठीक है, इसकी एक सबसे अच्छी beautiful thing about adhesive capsulitis is once it is over, you will not be able to say कि कौन से joint में था. So it normalizes perfectly normal. 3 stages होती हैं. First stage, second stage, third stage. अगर facial features पे जाओ तो फर्स्ट स्टेज में इट इज़ वेरी पेनफुल, पेशेंट इज़ ट्रबल्ड, वैसे आएगा. सेकेंड फेज में इट इज़ नॉट पेनफुल बट द मूवमेंट इज़ नॉट देयर, स्टिफ होगा, सो नो पेन वाला फीचर्स. थर्ड में पेन भी नहीं होगा, मूवमेंट भी आना शुरू हो जाएगा, तो फेस विल ऑल्सो बी लुकिंग हैप्पी. एंड इट में टेक एनीवेयर 2-3 मंथ से लेके 2-3 ईयर्स तक कुछ भी खा जाएगा. सो इसकी बेसिक ट्रीटमेंट मॉडलिटीज़ स्ट्रेचिंग एक्सरसाइजेस. हमारा बैंक बैलेंस होता है, उसमें वी पुट few 100 rupees, then we withdraw few. If we put more, it will fill up. If we withdraw more, it will get empty. और अगर छेद हो बैंक में नीचे तो टाइम के हिसाब से कितना भी डालते जाओ वो उतना टाइम में तो जाता रहेगा. Similarly, in adhesive capsulitis, when you exercise, you gain, और वो gain slowly it starts decreasing. But suppose if you exercise and then again after 3 hours you again exercise, you have a positive effect. If you exercise and then in evening you again exercise, so you will be here only. इतना ही रहेगा. You got my concept? पड़ेगा नहीं, मतलब पॉजिटिव गेन आएगा नहीं. इफ़ यू एक्सरसाइज मल्टीपल टाइम्स इन ए डे देन इट विल एड ऑन, ये खुलता चला जाएगा. अदरवाइज आपने मॉर्निंग में एक्सरसाइज की, शाम तक वो वापस वहीं आ जाएगा. वेर एवर यू स्टार्टेड इट विल बी सेम. तो अगले दिन मॉर्निंग में फिर आप ऐसे ही रहेंगे. आई आस्क माई पेशेंट्स टू डू 5 minutes every hour, those who can afford, otherwise at least 5-6 times in a day. और एक सिंपल सी एक्सरसाइज मैंने ही डिवाइस की है. द मोस्ट कॉमन लिगामेंट इन्वॉल्व इज इन्फीरियर ग्लूनोह्यूमरल जॉइंट. वो ऐसे रख के ऐसे करने पे इट इज़ स्ट्रेच्ड मोस्ट कॉमनली. तो 10 सेकेंड्स ऐसे स्ट्रेच करके रखना है. Few repetitions, so simple, can be done anywhere, everywhere.
So this exercise can be done in the second stage, not in the first stage when the patient
नहीं,
is very painful.
exercises should be started.
Once there is pain, patient will be the
Pain के लिए you give something to the patient so that he can exercise. My indication for the pain treatment in adhesive capsulitis is disturb sleep. If the patient is not able to sleep, then I advise Pregabalin. 15-20 दिन के लिए देता हूँ, वो साइकिल से बाहर निकल जाता है. Once he is out of that pain cycle, then he no more requires painkillers. But sleep is disturbed, then only. My prescription, if sleep is normal, no medications. SOS painkiller, that is paracetamol 650 milligram. Dolo. Otherwise, no painkiller. If he is not able to sleep, then रेड फ्लैग साइंस यू नो, ट्यूमर का क्या होगा, इन्फेक्शन का क्या होगा, ठीक है, फ्रैक्चर होने वाला होगा, क्या होगा. सो रेड फ्लैग साइन शुड बी. कोई भी न्यूरोलॉजिकल डेफिसिट, एनीथिंग यू वांट टू, आई हैव फिनिश्ड.
How you diagnose sir acromial bursitis and bicep tendinitis along with it? Differentiate कैसे करते हैं आप? सब acromial bursitis अगर भी
2-4-5 मिनट खड़े हो. सब एक्रोमियल बर्साइटिस, जब आप पेशेंट को ये मूवमेंट करने को बोलेंगे तो सब एक्रोमियल बर्साइटिस यहाँ से यहाँ में वो उसमें काफ़ी स्पेस होता है, नहीं होता. जैसे ही यहाँ आएगा, यहाँ से इधर इतना पेनफुल रहेगा, जैसे इससे ऊपर जाएगा पेन ख़त्म हो जाएगा. पेनफुल आर्क सिंड्रोम, दैट इज़ सब एक्रोमियल बर्साइटिस. व्हाट इज़ बाइसेप्स टेंडिनाइटिस या बाइसेपिटल उसमें ग्रूव में यर्गसन्स टेस्ट है. I don't move the shoulder, I simply move the biceps. See, I am moving biceps. So this particular pain will have biceps movement here and it will be painful.
Thank you sir.
Anything else?
Role of multivitamins in muscle.
Role of multivitamins.
Especially B12.
What will be the management in a supraspinatus tear?
Supraspinatus management. Okay. One is B12. Nowadays, like vitamin D, B12 is very deficient. Earlier, what I feel is your microflora, abdominal microflora, because of your eating habits and everything else, it has changed. Chances of deep vein thrombosis. When I was PG student, I used to treat fracture cases 1.5 months in bed, but now DVT and everything has increased so much. Why? Because vitamin K is not synthesized. There is some intestinal change in microflora. So vitamin B12 is also routinely very commonly found in deficient adult population.
So it is well indicated.
That is water soluble vitamin. So toxicity doesn't occur. Vitamin D toxicity can happen. What was your question? Supraspinatus tear. See, किस किस के सफ़ेद बाल हैं? Grey hairs. So this answers your question. Some amount of supraspinatus may be there. ठीक है, वो आपने MRI करा लिया तो आपको नज़र आ गया, उससे पहले नज़र नहीं आ रहा था. So my indication for treatment of supraspinatus tear is trauma हुआ है, suddenly हाथ उठना बंद हो गया. That is my indication. Old age में थोड़ा बहुत tear सभी में होता है, partial tear ये वो, but if the patient is able to do it, supraspinatus का काम हो रहा है ना भाई. जब वो काम हो रहा है तो उस मसल से क्या लेना देना आपको?
तो कोई मैनेजमेंट की कोई जरूरत नहीं.
जो सर जैसे जो प्लेयर्स होते हैं जो ओवरहेड मूवमेंट ज़्यादा रहते हैं, जैसे बैडमिंटन प्लेयर
चेंज हो जाता है, उनका शोल्डर बायोमैकेनिक्स पूरी चेंज हो जाती है. उनका हाथ पीछे ज़्यादा जाने लगता है, आगे की तरफ कम जाता है. जो जैसा स्पोर्ट्स खेलता है उसके हिसाब से वो अडेप्ट होता चला जाता है.
तो सर क्या उनमें शोल्डर कैपेसिटीज इन कंपैरिजन टू अदर ज़्यादा जल्दी डेवलप होती है?
नहीं.
So does
No.
it affect the cartilage?
Adhesive
thickness
capsulitis
because,
doesn't.
the badminton player then?
Huh?
Does it affect the cartilage?
Then
You know, thickness.
see, any sports training done properly never damages anything. It builds up everything, your cartilage, your bones, your muscles. ठीक है ना?
Sir, in conclusion, sir, can you tell us, sir, what are the common exercises for cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis, osteoarthritis?
So for this is the last question. Any
One last question, sir.
this one is the last question. Okay, so there is time restriction. He wants to have one Ramban exercise for cervical spondylosis and back. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, common exercises.
So like for
Advise to your patients.
for osteoarthritis knee joint, that this is static quadriceps. For cervical spine, static spine exercise, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. This is excellent exercise, safely done any case. ठीक है? For lumbar spondylosis, to start with, keep your arms here. When it is much painful, then lie down on the bed, keep your arms on the back and try to press your hands with your back. Apply some pressure. So that is the safest exercise. If you are little bit better, only slight pain, while sitting in your office chair, you can put your hand there, back side, and then press your hand with your back, पीछे की तरफ. When your hand feels the pressure, your mind knows you are doing exercise. So this is called biofeedback. So this is the simplest, and later on you can gradually add on other exercise. Thank you very much.